Today we are going to stir things up. Instead of using deco mesh, I'm going to be using this table runner as my base for the wreath. My friend Lori Bly DIY has made a few wreaths and I thought I would put my own spin on it and give it a try. Let's get started. Here are the basic supplies for this wreath. I'm going to need some mesh tubing, ribbon, beautiful Christmas florals, some pipe cleaners to attach the table runner, or you can use zip ties. If you're going to use the pipe cleaner, you're still going to need probably 4 of the zip ties to initially attach the runner. A 14-inch metal wreath form, and of course the star of this wreath, this table runner. You're going to need 2 of these from the Dollar Tree, and you will find these in the kitchen area. Let's work on the table runner first, and these first 2 steps are optional depending on what you're doing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this right here, it's about 6 inches, and we're going to open it up, and then I'm going to iron out these creases because we're going to be making 10-inch loops and you want them to be seamless. This runner is $1.25, so it's not like it was made by some seamstresses. The seams are fairly easy to take apart. To help me with the seams, I'm going to be using this seam ripper, and these are anywhere from 99 cents to at the most $3 at your local craft store. To get started, I'm going to take care of this seam from the outside. That's what's holding this tight, and then this one right here, that one's taken care of. Now we're just going to do this one and that one right here. And that's it. It's that easy. Now I'm going to do this other side, and then I'm going to do the second table runner. The next step is to iron our table runner. I like using this Cricut Heat Press. This is not a sponsored video or anything like that. I just like using it because it's a big square, and I iron my curtains, my tablecloths, everything big with this little guy. I'm going to be going fast, so I have my Cricut set at 300 for a minute because I'm just going to be running it through. And just like that, look at that. Did you guys just see that? It was that quick. This next area. And I'm just going to do the other side real quick. I'm telling you, it's like magic. It's so fast. Look at this. 1, 2, done. How cool was that? I'm going to iron out the second runner and we can get started with the wreath. I just love how quick this is. 1, 2, bam. Let's get started on my wreath. I'm going to move my security to the side just a little bit. He is just being very clingy today. I can't do anything without him for some reason. When this runner is opened up, it's about 70 to 72 inches. The first thing I'm going to do is gather the ending about 1.5 to 2 inches from the edge. The best way to describe this wreath is going to be the bubble method. To attach the table runner, you can either use this intersection on row 2 or 3 and zip tie it in place. When we come all the way around, the ending tail is going to get attached on row 3. And now it's time to start making our loops. I'm going to be making 10-inch loops, so my 10 inches are this light square right here. Leo, excuse me. So I'm going to have my 10 inches. With these, you might want to poof it out as you're going along. Grab your pipe cleaner, and I'm going to go on row 2. If you're wondering why I didn't attach the pipe cleaners in the beginning, that's because you want to kind of feel this wreath out. See how close you want those bubbles to be. There comes the second one. I'm going to do about 2 bubbles per section. Going to the next one, another 10 inches. This time, I'm going to attach it on this intersection on row 2. Grab that zip tie, make it nice and tight. That's going to go on the inside, and we're just going to cut off the excess. You can either do it the way I just did, or you can pre-attach the pipe cleaners, and all you're going to do is just put the pipe cleaners on row 2, just give it 1 twist, or even row 3, depends on how big you want your wreath to be. So in total, you're going to need 12 pipe cleaners, and I'm just putting 1 on this last area. Same thing here, we're going to gather about 1.5 to 2 inches from the edge, grabbing another zip tie. We're going to attach it on the intersection on row 3 this time. After you're done attaching both of the tails, what you want to do is grab a pipe cleaner and just go on that intersection, because we need to decorate this area and we need to attach our ribbon somehow. So we are going to grab this pipe cleaner, do a little twist, and that's where we're going to attach. Now I'm just going to continue doing what I've been doing, 10 inches, and I fluff out as I'm going along. Find my pipe cleaner and twist. Here we go, another zip tie. Cut off the tail, of course, and the pipe cleaner, I'm going to put it right here on this intersection where we have the 2 endings, so we can put the decoration there. Now that I'm done attaching, I'm going to go all the way around and make sure that all of my little bubbles are opened up fully, because don't forget, we have this edge to consider. We're going to be putting decor there, but we still want to make sure that we cover our bases. Now we're going to take this gorgeous, gorgeous poinsettia ribbon. It is this beautiful, elegant ivory with gold. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 20-inch strips. This time, don't cut off the tails. Don't make dovetails, because we're going to make little bows with it. Now I'm going to grab the mesh tubing. I'm going to need 24 strips, each at 10 inches long. Time to start attaching the ribbon and our mesh tubing. I'm going to grab 2 and just crisscross them. Then I'm going to grab a piece of ribbon, overlap it about 1.5 inches to 2 inches, and then I'm going to hold it in the center and find my middle. There you go. We have our little bow. I'm just going to squeeze it together, and where you have the tail, that's going to go towards the bottom of the bow, because you don't want that sticking out. Even though it's still going to be covered by the flowers on top, but we still want that covered. Then I'm going to take my mesh tubing and just put that behind. So you have like a little bit of greenery coming out, and you have your little bow. Putting that right inside the pipe cleaner. We're going to give 2 twists in the center. 1 and 2. After I put that on, I'm not going to be attaching anything, so I'm just going to twist my pipe cleaner up about 1 inch from the connection. I'm going to cut the little tails, throw those out, and then fold my pipe cleaner back so it's out of the way. And then I'm going to move on to the next one. 2 pieces of mesh tubing, overlapping our ribbon, holding it, finding our other half or the center on the other side, bringing it together. I'm going to flip it upside down because I have the tail on top. 2 pieces of mesh tubing and attaching it, twisting it in place, cutting it about 1 inch from the connection and folding it back. Now I'm just going to pop the ribbon out, and I'm just going to continue doing this, going all the way around. Now that everything is done, our last step is to attach our beautiful poinsettias. These are just gold and pretty, and I don't know, I love them. So I'm going to take the flower bud by itself, just like it is. I'm going to first seal this little tip at the end so it doesn't come apart, and then I'm just going to give it a lot of hot glue right on the outside so we can attach right to the center of our little bow. And I'm going to do that to every one of the little bows. Sealing the tip, especially Dollar Tree, you want to make sure you seal that tip, and then the rest of the hot glue will go on the greenery and right on our bow. I think this wreath came out very affordable. I mean, really, using table runners, what an amazing idea. And I saw Lori Bly DIY use it first, but I think overall, look at this. How fun is this? When you have a wreath that the inside is pretty empty and you want to cover the back, using a table placement is not going to work. So what you want to do is something like this. This is actually a wheel cover. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab our wheel cover and we're going to stretch it. Give it a few good stretches, and then we're just going to pull it over. After you have that covered, Make sure there's nothing on the inside. Sometimes pipe cleaners can get under there. But look how beautiful and clean it is on the inside. To hang a wreath form, you either want to attach a wire to one of these intersection on the inside row. That way it gives you a little hook right here. Or just make a hole on top and put a wire through here. I decided to keep it simple. I'm going to grab a jute cord, put it around the little section right here, and just tie it off. That way it's in place and we can hang our wreath. I'm going to just tie it, cut off the excess. And what I like to do is I like to send the actual knot on the inside, so that just turn it, and now you have the loop right here and you can hang the wreath. I'm going to fluff everything out one more time and we are ready to hang this beautiful table runner wreath. Well, what did you guys think of the wreath? Can you believe that that's a table runner wreath? I think it is so affordable. Unlike Deco Mesh at the Dollar Tree, the table runner is still $1.50, but you get that solid fabric, and I think at the end of the day, it looks so beautiful. I hope you give it a try. Of course, if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing, hitting the bell button and the thumbs up button. And if you're still in the mood to watch more wreath tutorials, I prepared 2 videos right here for you. Just click on those and you'll be off. As for me right now, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye, my friends. Mwah!